NBC Sports article from Alex Pavlovic, and he is a Giants insider with NBC Sports in the Bay Area. And the headline reads, Rafael Devers, Buster Posey, Bob Melvin to discuss Stars' immediate Giants fit. Let's get into this right away because this whole article is about how the Giants see Rafael Devers fitting into their team. But I want to warn you, nobody knows anything yet. So
it's all speculative.
It's all kind of speculation, reading between the lines kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Rafael Devers has been one of the biggest stories in baseball since the spring. This is true. Our view counts tell us this. Sure. You guys are into this story, but not because of his 900 OPS and 15 homers. Devers' path from everyday third baseman to everyday designated hitter has been a complex one, magnified by the fact that he plays in Boston. Oh, establishment baseball. They're elevating Boston once again. They're more important than Cincinnati.
Everything else. Yep.
I digress. On Monday, Devers will fly to San Francisco, hopefully as a safe flight, where he'll find himself playing with a third baseman even more talented defensively than Alex Bregman.
Oh, snap.
Reality's coming crashing down. Matt Chapman has the position locked down in San Francisco for years to come, and the Giants weren't necessarily aching at DH, with Wilmer Flores turning in a shockingly productive first half.
Okay.
So that all leaves some questions as the dust settles on a blockbuster deal completed Sunday, and for now, the Giants are waiting to answer them. This is what I meant by no answers. Both President of Baseball Operations Buster Posey and manager Bob Melvin said they want to wait until they speak with Devers before giving details about where he might play as a Giant. This is a smart thing to do considering how things went down in Boston. You might want to talk to your new star about how they want to fit in and what they want to do on the team. And look, I think there's no way he's going to play third base with Matt Chapman. He might play third base right now because Matt Chapman has a prolonged hand injury.
But not permanent.
But I think if he wants to, I think he's going to play first. I really do. This is Buster Posey. He says, quote, I think that's a conversation that we're going to have with him. As much as anything, as I've told you guys, I want to do my best to be upfront and transparent with these guys and make sure we're on the same page. That's a conversation for myself, Zach Managian, and Bob to have with him. So reading between the lines here, I think they're going to ask Devers if he wants to play first. And if that was, and we've said all along that Devers should absolutely play first, just never for the Red Sox. No offense to if you're a Red Sox fan and you're listening to this and you want to throw something at the TV or something at the speaker right now that I'm talking out of. But my point is that the Red Sox did Raffy Devers dirty in the first place. They did talk to him about his job at third base being quote unquote eliminated in favor of Alex Bregman. And then as soon as you got him warmed up to that, it was like, oh, that mitt that we told you to throw away forever and ever and ever. Can you go and grab that or a different one and play first base?
It's hard to play first base.
Thank you. Ron Washington, the coach of the Angels, everybody. Right on cue. If you haven't seen the movie Moneyball, you would not know what we're talking about right now. So go and watch it if you haven't seen it. Great baseball movie. It is hard to play first base, and yet I think it's doable for Rafael Devers. I don't think that was ever the question. I think it was a matter of respect. And I think he felt disrespected and didn't want to give the organization the benefit of the doubt and take advantage of him.
Yeah.
That's how I read
I would
this
buy
situation.
that.
Devers made 951 appearances at third base for the Red Sox coming into this season, but the Red Sox chased defensive upgrades all winter and ultimately signed Bregman. I don't like sentences like this because they word it in such a way where they make it seem like it was Devers' fault for not paying attention to the rumors.
Are you shocked? This whole situation was blamed on Devers from the get-go.
Devers wasn't thrilled about that move, making him the DH, and when Tristan Casas got hurt and management asked Devers to play first base, he said he wanted to remain a DH. It became such a story in Boston that ownership reportedly met with him. This is that Kansas City meeting that happened when the Red Sox were playing the Royals. We even heard, personalities on TV like Harold Reynolds and others on MLB Network saying that Devers would eventually cave and do the right thing and play first or whatever you want to. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not quoting Harold Reynolds. But the point is that they all felt like he would eventually do the right thing, that Big Papi would talk him into it. I remember hearing all this. Yeah. So
this wasn't new.
Anyways, it says in San Francisco, it'll be more cut and dry long term. Chapman is the third baseman, and Flores is a free agent at the end of the year. That's Wilmer Flores, the aforementioned DH. And the Giants can turn that spot over to Devers through 2033. the end of his deal if they want to. They could also revisit first base, a position that was such a black hole that Posey signed former Red Sox teammate Dominic Smith a couple weeks ago. This was the guy that was actually in the Yankees farm system at the time, and he opted to make himself a free agent because he had this weird out clause, and he actually exercised it. The Giants took him up on it. Here we are. Although Bryce Eldridge is preparing to play there long term. And this is what's interesting, and this could be a repeatable situation if the Giants aren't careful. It's like if you ask Rafael Devers to go play first base now, and then you tell him next year, like, oh, we want the young kid to play there. Like, you're going to wind up in the same problem, aren't you? Like, I feel like the guy wants to be out on the field if he can be, helping the team. Like, he doesn't feel like he's useless.
He wants to be on the field.
He has a legit track to Cooperstown, and yet you know how the statisticians and the modern guys look at WAR and numbers like that, and how much WAR does he leave on the table by not playing defense?
A lot.
So I feel like it's a little bit unfair to criticize him for his defense when you're also taking away potential Hall of Fame opportunity because of some stupid metric.
Yeah.
The situation is slightly complicated right now by the fact that Chapman will miss most of the rest of the first half with a sprained hand, and backup Casey Schmidt, who has played well, came out of Sunday's loss with a contusion on his ankle. X-rays were negative, but Schmidt twice fouled balls off his left leg in the Dodgers series. And again, it would be dumb to try and put Rafael Devers at third just for a couple weeks while Matt Chapman's getting healthy versus putting him at first base for the rest of this season. Like, whether you want him to play first base in the future or not is a separate question from whether or not it's best for your team right now to play first base. And you have a fresh start with Rafael Devers here. You don't have the baggage of Boston and the betrayal and all that. So you can welcome him in, Bob Melvin, Buster Posey, and say, hey, we have this opening at first base right now. When Matt's coming back, he's going to play third. No offense, but we love you at first. And I think they might find a receptive Rafael Devers who's like, I want to play first.
Well, he wants to be respected. Talk to the men first. That's all he really wanted.
No doubt. So we'll see. I'm going to be curious where Rafael Devers is slotted into play tomorrow night, and I would not be shocked if it was first base.
How hard is it to switch from third to first?
It's hard. It's very hard. No, yeah. It'll be a challenge, but I don't think it would be one that he would shy away from as a player. You know, like we want to be challenged in life.
As a lefty, is it easier to play first as a lefty?
Well, he only hits lefty. He doesn't field lefty. He throws righty.
Okay.
So he would be a rise backwards.
I see.
He would have his back to home plate when he's scooping versus like a lefty would have their face facing home plate when they're scooping and stretching.
So it's easier for a lefty to play first.
Well, theoretically, but I mean, only from the standpoint that your glove hand is closer to the second baseman and not to the line. It's easier to backhand, I think, down the line, but who knows? It's really awkward for a lefty with a left-handed mitt to throw to first base because you have to turn your whole body, whereas like a righty does not. They're already aligned naturally to throw that way. Okay. So that's why lefties don't play third base. Little baseball school with Kenny today, everybody.
Yay.
Yay. All right. Devers hasn't played third all year, but he has got more experience there than any current healthy Giant. He has never played first base as a professional, so if Devers does not fill in at third initially, it seems likely that he's the DH. I don't know about that. The Giants did not want to push Flores physically by having him play first too often, but everything has changed Sunday. They don't need to put as much on Flores' plate over the next 4 months, and if Devers is the everyday DH, they could play both Flores and Dominic Smith at first.
Well, they're not talking about Devers playing first here either. So
yeah, but I don't think we know that for sure. And I think, like I said, I'm in the camp that Devers would have played first, even from the Boston Red Sox, if they had handled things differently. But they did not. We'll just wait and see. Yeah. I don't know if that's a done deal. That's all to be determined. But Posey said he wasn't turned off at all by all of the stories that came out of Boston earlier this year. Oh, really? Oh, you mean the rumor mill and the spice generator wasn't totally accurate. For the Giants, that just allowed them to acquire a superstar hitter. Posey said he spoke to Red Sox chief baseball officer Craig Breslow about all that was being said publicly. Breslow said that some of the stuff that has been in the media was a bit unfortunate. Oh, for you or for the Red Sox or for Devers? I would say for you, because you don't look very good in all of it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
That's what Posey said. Quote, the reports that I've gotten from other people across the industry are that Raffy is a great teammate. Oh. Loves to play the game. Oh. And I'm excited to be able to have those conversations with him and figure out how he's going to best fit into our lineup defensively and offensively. Oh, notice that he said defensively and offensively, not just offensively.
Yes.
See, I know they're not going to play him at third, but I think they will play him at first. I think they will at least ask him, like, hey, if we asked you to play first base, clean slate, no baggage. We signed Matt already. This opportunity came up. We love you. We love your bat. We want you to play first for the next 5 years or so, and we'll revisit the DH conversation then. I think he would grab his mitt and be out there taking grounders today on the off day.
Yeah.
All right. Smith, a former teammate in Boston, and Willie Adames, a friend for the last decade, said Devers will have no issues fitting in with the Giants and in the clubhouse.
That's great.
They described him as hardworking and someone who loves to play the game. As a DH, Devers leads the majors in games played. He's a guy you plug in there every day, Logan Webb said. I don't know where he's going to hit, but I don't think it really matters. The guy is a stud, plain and simple. Well said, Logan Webb. He's a dangerous man with a baseball bat, and he's Raffy Devers.
We know it.
Let's flip to the standings here, Nika. As you can see in the updated National League standings, the Giants 41-31, 10 games over 500. They are sitting at 5th place, just a game and a half behind the Phillies and 2 games back of the Dodgers for first place in the NL West and first place in the wild card, respectively. Of course, our Padres sitting there in the 6th spot right now, 8 games over 500. And the Brewers are on their tail, along with maybe the Cincinnati Reds and the St. Louis Cardinals. We'll wait and see. The Snakes also slithering behind, making a move.
It's a tight race.
Very tight race. It starts to fall off after this with Atlanta, so that's why the break-off is here. But what do you think, Nika? Does this move now put the Giants in a position to win the National League West away from the Dodgers, or even potentially win the pennant this year?
The Giants right now are in a better position to be bigger contenders than they were at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I think anyone that's challenging the Dodgers right now is good for baseball, period. Whether it's the Padres, the Giants, the Diamondbacks, the Cubs, the Mets.
Any team.
And the Mets are spending money too on their team, but not in the way the Dodgers are by deferring $680 million to the best players.
But the Dodgers and the Giants will play each other a lot more versus Dodgers and the Mets.
Oh, no doubt.
So,
and same with the Padres,
exactly.
And Dodgers and Giants and Padres and Snakes and all of them, all the above.
Yes.
The NL West is just such a crazy good division. And so is the NL Central, as you can see, with the Brewers, Reds, and Cardinals in there. But they are well behind the Cubs when it comes to that.
Cubs
division.
are good. Cubs are really, really good.
They've scored 385 runs. The Dodgers, with all their muscle and might, have only scored 14 more runs than them. And the Cubs have a better run differential. They're the only ones with triple digits, by the way, if you look at this.
Go Cubs, go.
Go Cubs, go. But I do think that this move is going to impact the Giants in a positive way. The Giants are currently ranked across the Major League Baseball. They are 24th in batting average, 14th in runs scored, 3rd in earned run average, and 12th in whip, which was a little bit high. As you can see, though, they have a really good earned run average pitching staff. They don't give up a lot of runs when you're 3rd best in the majors.
Yeah, that's really good.
They are lacking in the offensive area. They're just middle of the row in runs scored and 24th in batting average. We keep these team ranks on here in batting average, runs, home runs, on-base percentage, and slugging percentage. And as you can see, we also have the team leaders right now for the Giants. Helio Ramos in batting average, Matt Chapman, who's injured right now, in home runs, and Wilmer Flores in RBIs, both aforementioned. Rafael Devers has more home runs than all of them. He has a little bit lower of a batting average than Helio Ramos does.
He had a rough start.
He did. He also started the season like 0 for 20 with 15 strikeouts. So remember that, everybody. And then he also has those 58 RBIs. And that would be more than anybody on the Giants right now. More home runs than anybody on the Giants. You look at a team that's struggling to score runs, and he has 47 runs scored.
It's a huge improvement for the Giants.
Yeah, he's going to help them almost in every area across the board here, and particularly the slugging percentage.
So a lot of people in the Bay Area on the boats, get ready.
Get your boats ready, everybody. And that's a great point you bring up, Nika, is because this is probably the best Giants left-handed hitter and slugging player since Barry Bonds, period. You know, I did read that they have not had a player hit 30 home runs in a season.
Wow.
Since Barry Bonds. And I found that shocking.
How long was that?
I mean,
since the 90s or 2000s?
I can't remember what year he stopped playing now. But, I mean, he missed the three-peat. They had a run. They didn't win 3 in a row, but they won 3 championships in the early 2010s. Like, similar to the Blackhawks. They didn't win them all in a row, but they did win 3 of them, and they did it with pitching. Tim Lincecum, the freak, I think that he used to be called, was the pitcher. Of course, he didn't have a long career like a lot of pitchers these days.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was shocked that they hadn't had a power hitter like that. And so, yeah, get the boats ready. They've probably been collecting dust over there on the ocean. I think there's going to be a lot of people out there tomorrow night for the first game.
Guess who's coming?
Well, yeah, this weekend. It's interesting. The Red Sox are coming to San Francisco. And boy, oh boy, talk about theater. I mean, MLB is just delivering this year, delivering the drama.
Do you think Rafael Devers going to be hitting that day?
Oh, yeah. I think he's going to be bringing his best.
I think so,
to the ballpark. And like I said, Rafael Devers doesn't have scandals in his past. He doesn't have bad media, like
nothing.
Never turned a kid down for an autograph or any crap like that. You know, like as far as I know, he was well liked.
When all this fiasco started with the Red Sox, a lot of his teammates were on his side.
It seemed like it, yeah.
At least that's from our perspective when we were seeing some of the trickling down information.
You have to read between the lines. So, well, Boston has changed forever. San Francisco has changed forever. The NL West now is just loaded, and it's your move, AJ Preller.
No shit.
I mean, the Padres need to make some kind of answer to this. We'll wait and see. First game is tomorrow night in San Francisco, and I believe it is going to be
the Guardians.
It is the Guardians. Thank you, Nika. And it is at Oracle Park in San Francisco, 6:45 p.m. We're getting underway.